Working in the restaurant workforce is pretty much a good accomplishment if you're a teenager first getting a job. Since I've been working at J. Christopher's for about 2 years, I'm very excited to talk about all the information I can think about for working at a restaurant. Working at a restaurant is usually described as commonly challenging and fast-paced, but I believe that the fast-paced and challenging part of the job is what makes it interesting. Today I will be talking about training, confidence, and understanding situations and companionships and friendships and how important those things are. First, I will be talking about the importance of training and confidence. Training is the thing that you do when you first get a job, and they need to teach you the ways of how the job works because you never know what's going to happen. When you first start training in a regular job, it's usually the first 2 to 3 days of the job, and you get trained on your specific position. The difference of a restaurant is you get trained in every position available so that you know how everybody else works all day, every day around you. So for example, if you signed up to be a server, you would train as a host at the beginning, then you would train as a busser, then you would train as a server so that you understand the gist of everything else. I believe that all this training helps build confidence, and it helps with trying to figure out what you need to do within your job to help everybody else's job be as easy as possible. Every day is different, so since every day is different, it makes it kind of easier to train, as you would say, because then you understand back and forth what is happening this day, what happens during this situation, all this and that, this and that. And a quote that I've seen on the 7 Shifts website is, "You'll need to adjust to the fast-paced environment with competing demands of your attention." Now, that is true because I never worked at a fast-paced environment like that, but when I did, I thought that it was pretty interesting. This fast-paced environment can really help you or hurt you. Help-wise is if you like being in a fast-paced environment, and hurt-wise is if you can't keep up, it kind of slows you down, which slows the rest of the restaurant down. Secondly, I will be talking about how to understand certain situations that you go through working at a restaurant. After a while, you start to pick up on the normal people that come into the job and the abnormal people that come into the job. By normal people, I mean the regular people that come in almost every weekend or every weekday or come in all the time. Those people usually look at the restaurant, look at the environment, realize that it's moving too slow, so they know they're going to get sat immediately, or they'll look around and see there's a lot of people in the restaurant and they will understand that they will be put on a wait list. For the new people, on the other hand, they get pretty upset when they get told that they're about to be on a wait list. They don't understand the situation. Some of them really want to eat immediately. Some of them don't understand that there's a lot of people that go to said restaurant and a lot of people that will sit there and want to eat at the same restaurant. In those situations, I've realized personally from my experience is that not every person that walks into the restaurant understands what's going on in my sheet and what I'm working with. So I've decided to make sure that I let every single person understand what is going on, what am I going to do, what the servers are doing, and what the people will most likely do. It just makes them feel better about themselves. Lastly, I will be explaining companionship and friendship and how it makes the job a little bit easier. Since, like I said, the next day is never like the last day and every day is different, I believe that companionship between you and your coworkers is very important because even though we all went through the same training, there's a lot of situations that I have known how to fix and they haven't. So it's really nice to have somebody to help you with this and help you better understand how to, what advice you need and what advice that I can give. I also believe that friendship between the coworkers and the customers is very important because sometimes you just need the extra talking to someone else, and sometimes it just makes the job feel a lot less 9 to 5-ish and more like a hangout spot, if that makes any sense. I really enjoy all of the customers that I have become friends with pretty much stays in the restaurant. The friendship doesn't go anywhere else, but if I wanted it to, I would be able to talk to them at any time and I would be able to let them know. And usually those friendships are the people that come in and are regulars. Just makes the job a little bit that much easier. Now that I've given some information on how to survive in the workforce, I feel like you have a better understanding on what the beginning and the background and behind the scenes situations that you will be able to experience if you work at a restaurant, or even just the better understanding of a worker's point of view of their day-to-day working at a restaurant. Finding the perfect job is hard, especially when you're at such a young age, but I feel like working at a restaurant was a good experience for me because I feel like it was one of the harder jobs to get at the beginning of your work time. While everyone says working at a restaurant is a lot of effort and the fast pace is way too much stress, I feel like knowing all this information is good enough to help you get through that, and it's not something that's just very new. Today I've talked about training and confidence, understanding situations, and companionship and friendships. And hopefully, if you're looking for a job, maybe working at a restaurant crosses your mind sometimes. Thank you.